I like the fit.
Thanks.
I like the fit, bro. You know, like low key, this guy puts me on everything, man. He puts me on everything,
bro. Not even, man. You did the same to me too,
dude. Like anything, like you tell, like you'll see something, you're like, yeah, man, I've been thinking about it. I'll be like, yo, that's kind of fire. Like I might think about it too. Like, there's so much stuff that I buy because of like you, JL, and Mark.
Yo, I feel that too. Yo, honestly, when I got this, I was just like, I feel like something was like you would wear, yo. So I was like, yeah, that's why it's like.
Dude, you said that about the vest too.
Yo, that's what I mean. Yo, I got it all at the same place.
Dude, but that's the thing. Like, I think all of us were like, yo, like, I feel like that's something like he would wear. Like, you kind of like grab like inspo from that and like you put it to your own. Like, my style's like a mix of like all of our homies. You know?
No, but I feel like that's how you expand on your style.
That is right? How you expand, and then like you kind of like do your own thing on the side. Like you know, like you guys aren't as into like tech wear as like I am. You know what I mean? But like that's my thing.
But I feel that helps with like expanding your style.
Exactly, because then like I put you guys on the tech wear.
But it works though.
It does work.
It's like I feel like before, like we would always be like, oh, we feel like we need to wear this or that.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
but like it's nice because like if you see your homies like, oh, like I think I can do that.
Yeah.
Right?
And then you try it, and it's like, and then your homie sees you, you're like, yo, you're looking fly.
Like, yo, JL always does that. For
I know
me,
he always
does that, man.
He always hypes you guys. He always hypes us up, man. He's like the #1 hype man. But like, it's just because like, man, like it's just so funny to see because like we don't dress the same, but we do. You know what I mean? Like we're like into similar things and our fashion taste is similar, but whenever we all pull up, we all look different. It's weird. Like I don't know.
But it's cool though. I like the fact that like it's similar, but it's not
like
the same.
The aesthetic and like the vibe is the same. But like the look is different. But like that's like individuality. You know what I mean? But like, have you been like into fashion at all lately?
Yeah, I would say so. I think I've been really into like the more Japanese, more like Korean. I don't know why, but probably because of Reed, to be honest.
No, but like same, bro. Like Asian like streetwear, like Japanese streetwear. I think Japanese streetwear is so raw.
Yeah, man.
It's so raw. Like I feel like they're like, I don't know, not even just like what they like wear. It's just like how they wear it. You know what I mean? They like have like simple shit, like a whole like a bunch of like simple items, but like they'll put it together and it's just like it looks super like rugged, raw. But like I've been liking that like that cyberpunk type.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
For real.
You know how everyone wears like the cool shades and they have like fucking crazy jackets. I'm like into that shit.
Man, I feel like I really like the look of it and everything, but I feel like for myself, like I'm so reserved.
I think because it's so wild.
It's so out there.
Because cyberpunk isn't like a real world thing. It's like an alternate world type beat. But that's why I like the Akira type beat. You know what I mean?
I feel like the reason why I feel it's like it stands out so much, it's like obviously we're from like Winnipeg and everything. Everyone dressed because
that
like,
too.
Relatively the same, you know what I mean? But like when you go to somewhere, it's like New York, LA. You're like you could like show up. Like one time, I remember like one trip before, I'm walking around and I see this dude walking in like Bart Simpson shorts on. I'm like, yo, why does that look good on this guy? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But I see someone walking around in here, I'm like, yo, this guy just came out of bed, man.
That's the thing though, like. It does matter where you live, bro.
It does matter where you live.
Because like we live in like a small city, and it's not like people's like first priority is like fashion. You know? Like when you're on the street, you don't really see it. Like if you're in the mall, you kind of see it, but not really. But like there's like a small like community here. But like even then, it's not like pushing the boundary outside like just regular streetwear, right? But like when I was in like New York and like Toronto or some shit like that, anytime I travel like into like a bigger city, like I feel like I have to like dress the part. Like
for
you
real.
feel pressure. You're just like, yo, man, like. I feel like underdressed.
Yeah, you know it's weird because like when you're here, you're just like, wow, like I stand out so much if I dress like this way. But if you go to another place like that, and you dress, you're just like, yo, like I feel like I have.
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
See, and I feel like that's weird. Like I feel like out of place for dressing too much here.
Yeah.
But then I feel out of place for dressing too little out somewhere else.
Exactly. But it's nice because like I feel it's like when people are here, especially if it's a place you kind of grew up, everyone kind of has like a. Kind of like a picture, sort of how they like picture how you look and everything. Whereas like when you just go somewhere else, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna try something else. Like it's like you sort of just like I'm gonna create sort of how I want to look.
Yeah, you create your own like main character type beat, like in a different city. But it's cool. I like that because like when I was in New York, like deadass feels like you're in a movie.
Yeah.
Like when I was out there, like like that kind of like main character vibe where you're just like. At a coffee shop by the window.
I legit feel like everyone in big cities like that, they are main. It's all main characters. The thing is, the way they look at it is like it's all cinematic. And if you think about it too, like these are places where big cinematic movies have happened, you know?
Yeah.
So like
all the movies are shot in New York.
Everyone looks at it like, yo, my life is a movie.
Exactly. And like that's like the power of like cinema entertainment. Like they can make places like feel that way. But yeah, like when I was in New York, I would like just be in coffee shops and everybody looks like an individual like character. Like they have their own story and shit like that. Like, do you follow like Humans of New York on Instagram? Yo, they're so dope. But yeah, basically like if people don't know, like they're like an Instagram page that like interviews people in New York and like just whatever story they have to tell. And I feel like that's like such a cool thing that like in New York, like it feels like everybody has their own story. You know? Because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, like here in Winnipeg, it kind of feels NPC. You know what I mean?
Man, it just feels NPC. Like. Well, I feel like the reason why it's like that too is just like exactly what I mean. Like when you have a small city, like everyone knows each other. Everyone like exactly like we're talking about. Like when we're with our homies and everything, everyone's kind of the same. Yeah. But like we kind of need each other to actually expand. But when you go to like a big city, everyone's different. Like, the thing is like you're gonna have like so many more people. Like you're gonna have more niches. Yeah. You're gonna have many more of them. Right.
That's what it is. Like niches. Like everybody's like into like some people have like this like plant aesthetic niche and like they're vegan and then someone else is like a gym bro or whatever and someone else is just like super nerdy into
like streetwear. So people like a little more preppy, things like that, right? Or like just people just in general. But you gotta remember like places like LA, New York, they're melting pots, right? They're like people like have immigrated to these places and just it's just all a bunch of different people in different paths of life, different ages too. And it shows like crazy too.
Yeah, it just shows like it's like so crazy. Like what you said, like about like age. You would think people here are like into certain things based on their age. Like out in bigger cities, like when I went to the BTS concert, like in LA, all types of ages and like all different like colored people, all different like types of sexualities, all in like that concert. But it's just like crazy, like how all these people look so different, but they're all into the same thing.
Yeah, exactly,
you know
right?
I mean?
Yo, bro, this is exactly. Remember we've talked about this before. Remember the age thing? Yeah. We're pretty big age difference. We're pretty age gap, like 7 years. But like we've had so many conversations where it's like, yo, I think that way too.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like it's like I talked about this with John in like the other episode where like it's not really like a age thing. Like we don't see like age. It's more like a moment in like time. Exactly, you know what I mean? Like I just feel like I'm just whatever it is, like this is just what it is. Like there's no like number. But that goes to the question: do you think like time is like a
relative?
Yeah, like it's like relative. You know what I mean? Like time is relative. The measurement we give it, there's a measurement we give it. Like we give it hours, minutes, and age and years, whatever. But like imagine a world where like we didn't have a measurement for time. Yeah. How do you think people would be like thinking and living? Do you think it'd be like, different?
Man, I feel like that just completely changes like what life is though.
Exactly.
Because like if you think about it, like if you don't have a past, you don't have a future, you don't have a present, and you're just always just one thing. Yeah. Like you're never gonna learn from mistakes. Because the thing is your past is always gonna affect your future, right? Okay. Or if you always think about the future, you're always never gonna be in the now, right? So like I feel like they go hand in hand. It's like it's such a big link with how you think about it.
Yeah. So you think like time is like a social construct almost?
Pretty much. Like, you know, it's just I think so too. I feel like there's always, I don't know, this is always just me thinking like crazy and stuff, but like I always feel like there's a higher power towards like how things actually is. Like,
for sure. Yeah. I feel like there's like something like out there that's like controlling shit. Yeah. Whether if it's not God or whatever, but like you know how like in Interstellar, like there's like fifth dimension beings that like create shit. Like maybe that's what it is. You know, exactly. They like created like what time is like that we like age or whatever.
If you really think about it, this is just going this completely left, and obviously it's just like we're such a small speck in this the whole world, right? In the
multiverse, in the grand
scheme of everything, we are such nothing but a small, minuscule piece of it, right?
I know,
and it's just crazy to think that.
It is crazy.
I feel like I don't know about you, but sometimes like I think about that and I get a little overwhelmed because I'm thinking like, man, like I always think like my problems are like, you know, like everyone has
minuscule.
Problems. They're so small, but if you think in the grand scheme of things, like, man, is this really that bad?
Yeah,
like, I'm still
bad?
Here. I'm still existing. I still have all these things going on in my life.
Exactly. Like the chances of existing itself are like 1 into like billions.
Exactly.
Like, you know how much nut has been in your like. you were the lucky piece of nut.
You were the one.
You were the nut, bro.
Exactly. And it's crazy to think. It's like, man, like I remember, my mom actually told. I don't know why, but I just found out about this kind of recently. I technically wasn't even supposed to be born.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like,
that's crazy.
I have one sibling, my older sister.
Yeah.
But my mom had another kid before my sister.
Shit.
And my parents only ever wanted 2 kids.
Yeah.
So she had that kid.
Yeah.
She didn't have that kid.
Oh,
she
yeah,
ended up having a miscarriage.
Oh damn.
So like I always just think about it, it's like, damn, like I was that close to
not
being around.
Yeah,
and then I just always think about like, man, like that's
because then if they only wanted two after Wesleyan, it would have been GG's.
Yeah,
like they wouldn't even try.
I wouldn't have been around. So like it's just crazy to me. Like there's just you're one decision away, or like one thing just happening.
Yeah, that
could have changed. And like that's the multiverse, bro.
Yeah, but who knows? Like, what if? Okay, like this is getting into a little bit like deeper, but like, what if the child before, it just wasn't its time, and that soul became you?
Honestly, that's what I'm thinking too.
You know what I mean?
But it's crazy because like I feel like even if I was that person, right? Like I could have been that person.
Yeah,
I don't think I would have been me. If you know what I mean?
Like
if I wouldn't be. I'd be me because the thing is like the people you meet, the specific times
at the time
you grew up and everything. Like it changes everything, you know what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. But like, what if it was just like, oh damn, like it's not time for this. Like this soul's not ready yet. Like we'll wait a couple of years till after. So because this is the time he's supposed to go. Like this is where Harley's supposed to like form this timeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you want
not early.
Yeah. I don't know. That's some crazy.
Yeah, it is a crazy
thing. But I guess like that also goes to like the whole like multiverse theory. Of just like yo, like you're like at one decision away from like completely living a different.
That's
life,
so crazy.
But like it also goes like that's like that is life. If you really think about it, like. You are actually like in control of your life. You're actually like one decision away.
I always tell everybody this, like you're in control of like everything in your life. Everything. There's like obviously there's stuff you're not in control of, like time itself, like whatever. Like obviously higher powers like that. But like what you do with your time is what you're in control of. You know what I'm saying? Like what you do and who you surround yourself with. Like people are always like, damn, like I don't like the people I'm around, and like I don't like the things that like we do. Like find new friends, bro.
Drop them. You don't even know. Life's too short to stick around. Like, no, like I think it's part of like, speaking on that and everything is like, I feel like people just get just so comfortable, just being comfortable. Like, the thing is like, I've been around this for so long and people confuse like time as being, like the most important part. But the thing is like, dude, I've had buddies I've met my whole life, but I've also had some friends that I've met for a short period of time. And I was like, wow, like why do I relate with these people so much more sometimes, right?
So time isn't like what like time does. If time defined a relationship, then like your parents would be your best friends.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But that's not always the case.
Exactly.
Right?
It's not always the case.
I think it's not always the time. It's what you do with the time.
Exactly.
Right?
What you do with the time, and like sometimes it's like who you are at that moment. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because sometimes like there have been times like I don't click with people like right away. Like that, like I was just like I didn't really like vibe with at first. Give it like a year or two, like we'll see each other later. But like we're different people, then it works out. You know what I mean?
I feel there's a
me and you, bro.
Me and you, right time, right place, and everything. So, yo, bro, for real, like yo, I don't know if you guys know, but I did not like this guy before. I actually didn't like him. I was like, who the fuck's this kid? But like, man. But like as time went on, like I got to see like, wow, like this guy's awesome, and like we're so relatable with a bunch of stuff and everything. Like so like minded. So like. I don't know, man. Like exactly like you said. Like I feel like the person you were like 5 years ago, 3 years ago, even like a year ago, man, even like a month ago. Like you're never the person. You're constantly evolving. And I feel like that's the way you should look at it. Is like, man, like that's why I never look at like people that I knew. Like maybe if you had like issues or anything with them.
Like, I always try to squash beef,
it's because the thing is like like I would never want anyone to look at me as like I'm that same person, because I'm not that same person. No one's that same person, right? So like I feel like you always got to give person the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly. People change, and like that's like I don't really like the whole like cancel culture thing, because it's just like like people are different, people change. Like you're not allowed to like make like honest mistakes. Like me and John talked about this on the other podcast, but like like that's what it is. Like people don't like allow you to grow.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I feel it doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. And it's like people want change in the world and growth in the world, but they're not allowing that.
Yeah, it's just so quick to be like, no, you're not living to how things are gonna do. Exactly. Like you're done. You're like you can't do anything about it.
That's why like people say like, oh, I have like no control, but it's just like you really have control to just not care. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's like one of the biggest things that like hold people back is people like care too much about shit.
Yeah.
Which is a fine thing, because it's just like we're taught to like care about stuff, you know? We're taught like that there's rules and we should do things, but we shouldn't. But like those rules are just put upon us because like that's what they put upon us. Like that's not the rules that we have to like live by. You know, obviously there's like laws, like you can't like you kill anyone.
Yeah, like I feel like as a society as a whole, like you still gotta be able to be mindful. Like I feel like mindful. The thing is you gotta be mindful about this, right? Like the thing is like think about like this is stuff that like you obviously learn when you're a kid, is like you want to treat others how you want to be treated.
Exactly. That's like one of like the biggest things you learn as a kid, and that's how you should like live life. You should treat people like the way you want to be treated.
And most of the time people want to be respected.
Exactly.
Unless that's your thing. And that's like I like being disrespected.
I like when you spit on my face.
Say fuck.
There's this one thing on Twitter where it's like, you know how like people have like a spit kink.
Yeah.
Some guy was like, yo, if there's ever a baddie working at a fast food restaurant, I'm gonna be rude on purpose so she spits in my food. But that shit's so. I think that shit's so fucking funny. I think the sus things are like the funniest.
I
things
know. Is that crazy? Like, you know what's so funny about that is like, I always see these things now. It's like, I'm like, I don't know if you've seen it. Like, you're just like, oh, like, did you have the same childhood as me? And like, people have like, they like see a bunch of things where it's like, you know, like, I don't know, like, have you ever seen like those door things where people like
like hit the fucking and, like, the door stop?
I thought it was like a weird kid doing like little things or anything, and like,
but everybody relates, everyone did it. But I think that's like a social media thing though, because like before social media, I think people see, this is what I think too. Growing up like with like nerdy stuff, I feel like it's so much more accepted now, but only because people like can relate to each other now.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? Like, you know how like people didn't really watch anime as hard.
Yo, that's one of the crazy. That's like
one of the crazy ones. Now anime is the biggest thing.
Yeah,
but that's because like there's a platform for people like in that group to like share. Like they found their people. You know what I mean? Before you were kind of like closeted because like if you didn't know anybody that watched anime, you had it to yourself.
Yeah,
like,
you would almost got dogged out.
Who are you gonna talk to?
Exactly. Because there's like, oh, you watch that stuff?
And it's like if you bring it up to someone like, hey, like there's like high-pitched anime girl voices and they like fight crime and stuff, like people are gonna be like, what are you watching, like, bro? What are you watching? But like now, since like you're finding your people, like people are like, more people are getting into it, and I feel like with like the herd mentality of people seeing that there's a bigger crowd for something, more people are into it. That's why I feel like anime is like so big now.
Yeah, dude.
Anime, K-pop, like that whole like emo aesthetic, like everybody's like, it's like not even like a weird thing anymore. It's just what it is.
Yeah. Do you feel like, I almost feel like I was disconnected of when that actually was like starting to happen? Like I feel like I only just started to realize like, oh yeah, like a lot of people are into that kind of stuff.
No, me too.
And I definitely feel like I feel like one of the most important times when this actually happened was from the span of honestly 10 years. Yeah. 2012. Honestly, from 2012 on.
Dude, that's crazy that 2012 was
10 years ago.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, but like it's crazy because like, dude, some of these albums like came out in the past 10 years, and like there's like super influential.
Literally, some are new, some are pretty old, and but like music itself is just like different though,
bro. Like for real, like this album right here, bro.
My favorite album of all time,
bro.
This one has me still.
Oh my god, I still listen to this fucking 7-year-old every winter for some reason. I just listen to this.
It does every winter, like around October, November. That's like my shit.
I don't know why, but like
around the time it came out, that's why.
And it also like it created like a sound for everyone too, right? Like it's super influential.
The trap soul sound, like Bryson Tiller started that shit, like singing and rapping, like that was like
they made it cool. Like you know, like obviously like you want to give the props to people like Drake and everything, because like you know, Take Care, he made people like want to be like, yo, it's cool to be sad. And
but like to like sing and rap at a level like that, it's insane. Like he really brought that, like everybody, like he created the genre like trap soul.
Yo, for real,
it's literally called trap soul.
Trap soul.
But I really fuck with it, and like I think that's the thing with music too. It like transcends time in a way where it's just like you relate different times in your life or different memories to songs or albums. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that like crazy. Like I feel like I'll put sometimes like a playlist on repeat of like songs that I've like listened to, and it'll play on, and I'm just like instantly in my head, I'm like, yo,
you remember that? Like,
it brings me back to
specific.
And I remember specific memories.
Like
core memories essentially.
Core memories. That's what it is.
Core memories, man.
Like example, like Cabin Fever. Every time we go to Cabin,
exactly.
That's like I always think about
every
Cabin.
time. I think about the summer. I think about driving. I think about going to the cabin.
Or like Passion Fruit Drake. I always think about like when we go to AE.
Yo, like, that's real. Yo, I
don't know why.
Because that's when it came out.
Yeah, it is when it came out. And I don't know. It's just so fire. But like, isn't that crazy? Like, it's just like you just relate that moment to like just like a certain song. Yeah. But like that's how like Frank Ocean like made his album. You know what I mean? Like, you know what, like his condition? It's like synthesia. Or I don't know what it's called. It's like it's not like a crazy condition, but he has a condition. I forget what it's called, but it's a condition where when like he sees colors when he feels a certain way. Yeah. So like that's the reason why. Yeah. Cool, so it's like combining like two senses together. So basically, like some people like when they see a person, they know how they taste. That's so weird, right?
But bro, like if you think about it too, like your five senses itself, the reason you're able to remember things so easily is it because you're using your senses. Exactly. So that's crazy. So that's probably why it makes a lot of sense for him.
So people, I don't know if everyone knows this, but like it's called Channel Orange because orange was the color he saw when he first fell in love that summer. That's crazy, right?
Bro, that's crazy.
That's so much harder now.
That's one of my favorite albums too.
Top 3 of all time. I did not,
for real.
It made it so much better. Yeah, dude. The meaning, bro, it's just crazy. Like when I heard that, I was like, damn, that's pretty wild. But
I was listening to that on the way here, actually.
This is around the time.
It's the time. You know why? It's because it's summertime.
It's like pre-summer.
It's pre-summer. You got the sunset. Like I always think in my head Channel Orange because
I know like Super Rich Kids is my go-to.
That was the first song. When I hopped in the car here, that's the first song I listened to.
Too many bottles. It's so good.
So good, bro.
I think about that song like all the time, like during summer. Like my summer like go-tos are like Super Rich Kids, Sober, Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
And like I think those two are like my go-tos.
For some reason, it's the songs that are like barely anything in the background, and it's mostly like just the vocals. But for some reason, it's like, yo, why is this so much more impactful?
I know, but like, because it's like you're not like vibing from like the beats, you're vibing from like the outside like environment. You know what I mean? Like
I feel like it just elevates everything going on.
That's the thing too. Like some music just hits different at different times of the day, different like moments, different like times in like the year.
I don't know about you. Like this is just how I listen to music. It just, especially when I drive, is I look outside and the weather really affects like what I listen to, or like the time of the day. Yo, for real, views.
When it's raining, bro.
Yeah, views when I'm raining, if I'm feeling sad, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or like if I'm feeling like, honestly, like I listen to like loud, hard, like Future and stuff like that. I gotta listen to that when it's nighttime, yo. I gotta have a bump video. Yeah,
that's for real, man. Or like even like gym music is so different. I listen to some wild shit at the gym, like Attack on Titan OST.
Honestly, yo, you just want to have stuff that gets you going.
I know that shit gets you like.
It gets you hype. Yo, I'm gonna be saying like, yo, legit, some OSTs just get me going. I'm like, yo, why is this so hype right now?
Some OSTs, like especially Attack on Titan, you find like you have to like search up on YouTube. Like I'm putting y'all on Attack on Titan, like cinematic masterpiece version or whatever. It's like that. And it's like a full orchestra of like people like of the fucking like OST, and it's so good. It gets me hype at the gym, or like or like even like anime theme songs.
Anime theme song. Yo, don't get me started. Like, yo, like for all the classic Naruto ones.
All the Naruto. I think Naruto has like the best collection of theme songs.
I think so as well too. And it probably has like one of the most. Yeah, because it's probably one of the longest.
It's the longest, but like, and they always like switched out like every like what season, and they have like so many seasons.
Yo, but they're iconic though. Like sometimes you listen to them, and like, yo, I know this one.
I know like all of them, bro. They're so good. Like fucking like Bluebird, most iconic.
Most iconic, yo, for real. Yo, it's funny, Brian. When we went to Mini like a couple weeks ago, it was playing in the stars. Like, yo, how do I know this right now? This is crazy right now, bro.
I fucking love it though. But like, like I've been listening to like before, like I would only listen to like solely theme songs, but then like I like you know the first Jujutsu Kaisen. Like,
that one's
bro, that's my favorite of all time.
I got so high. I remember it's like
so good.
I remember one time I was just into this so much. I was like, I'm gonna play this on the way to work.
Dude, I was playing it. I played it so much, but like I like went to like this like the first time I was like, okay, like let me see the discography of like the artist, and they have so many bangers on that like it like sounds like anime songs, but like it's just their music.
Yeah,
you know
they just chose it and everything.
But it's just so good, and I feel I hope that like that artist like makes more for Jujutsu Kaisen, because like a lot of their songs are like fucking bangers.
Yeah.
I have like a weeb music playlist. Sure. Everybody does.
Yo, this is to everyone. Yo, like what you like, listen to what you like. Yo, for real, man. You gotta like just because other people don't like it. If you like it, that's all that matters, man. You gotta remember these artists make music for a reason.
Exactly.
And if they can make you like it, they're doing their job.
Exactly, they're doing their job. It's like speaking about anime, like what is like one anime universe that you would like be in?
That I want to live in?
Yeah, like anything, like Pokemon, Digimon, Naruto.
You know, like what are we talking? Like, are we just side characters, yo? Are we main characters, bro?
Actually,
yo, you gotta set me. You gotta set me up, yo.
I feel like just like living in the universe, like you're not the main character, but you're also not just like some side. Like you have your own story.
Something I don't experience, then. Bro, like honestly,
Attack on Titan.
Bro, honestly, yo, if I'm at the other side though,
bro. Nah, even if you're on the other side, you're living with old technology, bro.
And you're also
spoilers. Yeah, spoilers. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
Man, I don't know, man. There's like every single one that I actually like really like. You like have the chance that you could die.
There is a chance you could die.
You'll die.
Like imagine it's your first day as like a ninja, and then you have to fight Madara Uchiha.
Yo, man, like,
there's a meteor in the sky.
You go to the ninja war.
Like first day, bro.
When Madara gets revived,
like you're just like, yo, what?
Yo,
like,
you see the video of the guys when they're first like he's like up against everyone and everyone's running,
just dogging everyone.
Like, you look in the comments, everyone's like, yo, RIP to the guy in the very
his
front.
First day. It's his first day as a Genin, and he's already fighting Madara Uchiha.
This is so.
But I feel like, well, you can't think of anything.
I don't know.
okay, like let's just like okay, obviously there's danger and everything, right?
Yeah.
So like, but like,
okay,
so,
let's just
like,
base off of like what I would just like.
Mm-hmm. Like, what's something you'd want to do here, but you can't? You know what I mean?
Like in the world that you'd be able to have.
Yeah,
man. Like as corny as it sounds, like Naruto's pretty cool, man.
Naruto is pretty cool. You can,
like,
cause then everybody doesn't like. It's not like everybody has the same skill set.
Yeah.
But everyone has the ability to have the same skill set. But like the more you train, the better you're gonna be than everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like I guess why I would choose Arizona too is like that was like one place that actually like you could see the evolution of like, you know, the society actually like growing up. Like, cause like, you know, like when they go into bars, they're like older and everything. And they're actually like an actual
some technology and stuff now.
Yeah. Where like a lot of the other ones is like, you're in like, you know,
but fuck no. Like Attack on Titan, bro. You're literally they're eating bread like every day. For real.
Bro. You're legit on an island.
Yeah,
like
an island.
Yo, you're pretty much like food. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're looking around like your environment, like what's there, you know, outside like all the cool powers. Yeah. I think Naruto's pretty solid.
It's pretty solid, man.
Yeah, that's
I guess it could be like Dragon Ball, I guess. Like if you're just thinking like
I guess okay, Dragon Ball's
it's like, pretty safe. It's pretty safe, I guess. Actually, no. That's like if you think about it, it's multiple times the Earth's been dribbled.
Yeah, the Earth's been like destroyed and shit.
I mean, you know, maybe I'll choose something like a slice of life or something.
Slice of life, so regular life.
Maybe like regular life instead.
But instead, I'm like the harem MC.
Yeah. I want to see if I'm
all the bitches. I think. Pokemon, bro. I think Pokemon.
Honestly,
bro.
If you think about that too, that's pretty cool though.
But okay, this is weird. But like, do you think if Pokemon was real, it'd be accepted in society?
Dude, I think so.
You think so?
Here's the reason why. If they were real, because if you're just taking it completely from the Pokemon world,
yeah.
Like if you think about it, they're literally 10-year-old kids, yo, leave their home. To travel the world to with a bunch of random monsters, yo.
Like
you're telling
battle
me,
each other.
yo. I was like, you're telling me this is wildly acceptable. Yeah. I don't know, man, but like
that's true.
That's
true. I guess we're going into their world. They're not coming into ours.
Yeah, for real.
But if they came into ours, like I feel like people would be like, yo, animal abuse, yo.
Yo, cancel culture.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, since we're going their world,
yo, you gotta free the Pokemon. No more balls, yo.
Free Pokemon lives matter.
Pokemon lives matter, yo. For real.
But yeah, I think
Pokemon's pretty solid though, man.
Yeah, because like you can just go on your own adventure type beat, you know what I mean? And it's still like it's still modern day. Like you have cell phones, you have like it's like right now, but like with just the Pokemon added. You know,
man, I feel like I'm gonna think of one. Like I'm gonna be driving home, like God damn it,
I should have said that one.
Instead.
I can't think of one like off the top of my head like that. But like okay, like outside anime, what kind of like alternate like dimension would you like try to travel to?
Oh, like alternate dimension?
Yeah, or like some kind of like city or whatever. Cause like I already like, cause like off the dome, I've always wanted to like live in that like cyberpunk.
Bro, no, me too. Like Neo Tokyo.
Yeah,
like
Neo Tokyo. Just like the neon lights in the rain.
And you get like cyber enhancements and everything.
Yeah,
too.
like Blade Runner.
Yeah,
you know, Blade Runner's so fire. That's pretty much like I always thought about that. I always wanted to like that Blade Runner Akira type.
I just don't want that like dystopian type of thing where it's like yo, we're about to have an apocalypse.
Yeah, like,
I just want to like technology.
I
want technology advance. That's what I want.
Yeah, I like technology. Do you think we're gonna live up to that point where we get to cyberpunk like aesthetic?
Man, like I think eventually, like I think we can.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we're gonna directly get in that route, because if you think about it, like if we use reference material for example, like there's like movies and like shows and stuff that would like reference like 2021 for example.
Yeah.
And it's like they completely saw it completely different.
Right.
Like they saw it as like, oh, we're gonna have flying cars.
Like Back to the Future.
Exactly.
Like they thought like by like what 2015 we would have flying cars and shit and hoverboards, and like 2015 we didn't really like.
So like I feel like we're gonna be advanced, but I feel like
in a different way.
As sad as it sounds, like I don't think we're gonna be around to see it, of course, because like
you think so?
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
The reason I think so is because like if you see like the progression of technology and how fast it is now compared to how it was 20 years ago, because like our progression from the year 2000 to 2010 is slower than our progression from 2010 to 2020,
no,
right? You know what I'm saying? So now like think about 2020 to like 2040, 20 years of like technology.
You know I'm gonna retract my answer.
Yeah.
Reason why is like, for example, I don't know if you know this and anything, but like car manufacturers, by 2030, they can't sell any gas cars.
Yeah, imagine.
So like, all electric, all hybrid. So like if you think about it, like that's a pretty big deal.
Really
that's
good.
a pretty big
that's
deal.
That's gonna be really good.
Yeah. It sounds pretty crazy.
Like imagine like because like what's the reason like we don't have gas cars because of electric cars, but like why do we have electric cars? Because we found a way to have renewable energy.
Exactly.
And that renewable energy can be used outside of cars. You know what I mean?
Yep.
For homes, for just everything, like building cities.
That's exactly what like Elon's doing, right? He wants sustainable, renewable energy. For
Exactly.
stuff,
and like, it's like Wakanda, you know what I mean? Like they have like that, like vibranium is their main resource.
I want to be in Wakanda.
Oh, that's fire.
Damn, that's for real.
I think that's the fire one. That's the one.
Vibranium, everything, yo.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Dripped out in that vibranium.
The vibranium chain, bro. 20 karat vibranium, bro. But like, but yo, like actually kind of crazy though. Like that, like that one, like I know it's like fiction and stuff, but like one element like kind of like changes them. But like that's like here, like you know, like you never know. Like what if we figure out something that creates renewable energy? Because I think that's like our main like issue on the planet.
Yeah,
like the reason planet's dying is because our resources that we need are killing the planet.
We're draining them.
Fossil fuels and gas. Like we're gonna run out of them, and it's also killing the planet. So we need like a fix that doesn't hurt the environment, but also is like renewable, that we don't run out.
Yeah. Do you know what's sad about that though?
What
is like I feel like we're at that stage where like if we really, really wanted to as a society and we really, really cared, we could do it already.
Dude,
but it's these big companies, bro.
It's the companies and like the government.
It's the government. Yo,
crazy.
This is one of the craziest concepts, and it actually blew my mind when I really started thinking about it. Is I read this one manga. It's called Sunken Rock, right? Okay. And their concept in it is like they look at it as like the government as like it's just pretty much a gang. Like, it's just a big gang. If you really is, if you really think about it, like as an entity, they're just a big group of people.
It's a professional gang.
It's a professional gang. They're just a lot of people. If you think about it, like people came from other places and they came here. They claimed the land based off of people live here already. Yo, they claim their territory. They straight up did gang wars. They kicked everyone out.
They have their initiation. You know what I'm saying?
And they pretty much is like, no, like this is our land.
If you snitch, you die.
Exactly. Literally. Exactly. Holy. And because they made, and the thing is, they made money off this land, everything off of it. And the thing is, they kept buying all this stuff and everything. And the thing is, they're in power because, dude, like who's gonna have like who are you gonna listen to? The people who have all the money and everything, who have all the stuff you want, or like the people who have nothing?
Even if you don't listen to them, like what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do about it?
Like you're not gonna shoot a blood because they're gonna come back to kill you.
Bro, you can't do anything.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, they control us way more than we think about.
Exactly. The government is actually just a big
they're
gang.
Giant gang,
they're
bro.
Actually just the number one gang.
Everything, everyone, these big companies, they're all giant gangs.
You literally can't do anything. That's why I don't get why people like their gun laws, because like, oh, in case the government goes against me, what the fuck are you gonna do? Let's say you shoot someone, like, bro, like they're more like, this is the government, you know what I mean? The government can literally just destroy you whenever they want. They probably have like,
bro, they're the ones who making the guns, bro.
Exactly.
If they didn't want you to have the guns,
exactly,
they would just take them away.
Exactly.
They really can.
And like, if they are giving us guns, they're not giving us the good shit. You know what I mean? Not. They probably have like shit in the back, bro, like they have.
If they really, they could literally do anything they wanted. If they wanted to stop, like these guns, like in the States, for example, like if they really wanted to get rid of them, they can.
Exactly.
But they know there's like, why would we get rid of this stuff?
Exactly.
There's like, this is making us money.
I think it's a thing of where it's just like, you know what, like, do what you guys want with these, because like it's not our problem. Like our issues, we're dealing with other shit. You guys have issues, that's not our problem. I mean, like as much as we think like the government really cares about like our issues as a country and individual people, they really don't.
They're looking more of like, you know, I don't want to say like our problems aren't like big issues or anything, but they're looking at like sometimes this bigger picture. They're looking at the overall picture, but at the same time though, it's like
kind of sucks.
It sucks. It sucks about it, because you know, like on a day-to-day level, like the everyday person stuff, there's people still struggling. People are still starving in this country.
I know,
man.
and that's
what I mean. People are still homeless.
Yeah, people are still hungry, and that's the thing. Like I feel like all the world's problems could be solved.
No, they can, man.
In like a week if we tried.
They really
but like
can.
We're not, because of like we're selfish and we want to be comfortable.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I think that was like one of the biggest things I learned in like history class, is just like the reason people do things is for comfortability. Like at the end of the day, we do everything to be comfortable. Like why do we have these big dreams and to like make money and stuff? Because we need financial stability to be comfortable in life. So you don't have to like worry about stuff. You know what I mean? And like these governments are like doing these things where like they need the resources, they need this and that. They're gonna take it from other countries because they want their own country to be comfortable. You know what I mean? If it's the cost of somebody else's comfort, they don't give a fuck.
They don't care.
What I mean?
You know what's crazy about that too is like at a young age, if you really think about it, we're grown to like, we're programmed already in our heads to like grow up. It's like you gotta grow up, you gotta go to school,
you gotta do this,
you gotta do this, you gotta do that. This is the life you're gonna live. You're gonna go to work for the rest of your life. You're
you're just 9 to 5, whatever.
You're gonna do that. But if you really think about it, like
who told you that?
Who told you that? Like who told you have to live like that?
Why?
But it's cool because for example, like we have people like, yo, bro, like you, like people are just like, yo, you don't have to
exactly
stick to the norm and actually do
You know, it's crazy though. Like I'm kind of surprised, but like I figured that out like that's so young, bro. Like I think like literally like elementary, I already knew like fuck this shit.
Yeah, you don't want to do. You didn't want to do what people
like because I was always like questionable. I was always questioning everything. I was just like why? Like you know how like little kids do that annoying shit. They're like why? And then you answer, and they're like, "Why?" But it's valid.
There's nothing wrong with
that.
It's valid.
There's nothing
it's
wrong.
super valid to question like, why, because a lot of times they don't actually give you the answer.
Yeah,
why?
exactly.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. And like that's the thing. Like with like parenting, it's just like sometimes like you tell your kids like no, and then it's like why? Just because. Like why? Just because. And then now they grow up thinking just like they just can't do stuff just because you said so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you give it an explanation as to like why, like this is not maybe like the best choice to do, this is not nice to do to people, then they'll start understanding.
I think that's a better way to do it though. Like
exactly.
Like kids' curiosity is actually like it's crazy because that's like the most purest form of everything.
Exactly.
Right? Because it's not as tainted or
You're
anything
a
as well.
sponge.
You are a sponge. You're gonna take everything in, and I think that's what's cool about that is like exactly like you said. Like, I feel like people like. You know, I'm not a parent or anything, but
Soon,
I feel like
just kidding. Just kidding.
No. Yeah. But like you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's almost our duty to like make sure like we're prepping up the next generation. Because I think they should know like, hey man, like this is sort of how the world. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with them. Like, hey, this is how the world is.
Yeah.
But you don't have to live life exactly like that. Like you should figure out sort of what makes the most sense for you. Yo.
Exactly. Sometimes like when we're kids, we want to talk about the political and economic state of the world. Fucking Jaden Smith. He's asking the right questions though. Yo. Maybe not that young, but like you know what I mean? Just like, but that's what it is. That's why I feel like why are we underpaying our teachers and why are we putting more effort in our education system?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why are we putting so much into like other things? Like if you think about it, like it starts like in school.
Yo,
like,
for real.
Everything starts in school. Like people like who get bullied are the ones that like turn into like criminals and shit. But you know what I mean? But if you create a safe environment and a place for people to like, you know, like an open place for people to like just learn about themselves, not even just like learn subjects like math. I'm not saying like take out the whole education system, but like it's outdated. You know what I mean?
I was just thinking that too. Like I feel like, don't get me wrong, there's like some stuff in school that I think is still very important to have. Like, dude, you should probably know how to have some math skills. You should probably know how to read. You know, like knowing your history and everything is still a good idea. But I still feel like one thing I've always wondered before too is like, dude, why isn't there some sort of like financing sort of like thing? Like how do you just handle your money or like what to do with your money? Because if you think about this, like if you come from a home that doesn't know how to do that,
you're not gonna learn.
No one's gonna teach you, and it's just rinse and repeat. Like you're just gonna keep growing up, and you're not gonna actually know.
Be bad with money for that. Exactly. So like, the more money you make, if you're still bad at handling it, you're still gonna be bad at handling it.
For real. Like you could make the ridiculous amount of money, but if you're not taking care of the money properly and not doing it properly, you're just wasting.
That's like people who like win the lottery go like broke and bankrupt because it's just like they've never had that money before. That means like, and they've never known how to handle that. So it's just like they're gonna spend all of it, and then like come like 5-10 years, they're like, damn, I can't pay for this house anymore because I'm not making that much money. And it's GG's, like they're broke. You know what I mean? I
was actually just reading a thread the other day on Twitter about like how some people like when you grow up and like maybe you didn't really have a whole lot growing up and everything. Like, I feel like this sometimes too. It's like my parents, to be fair, they did treat me pretty well and they did give me a lot of things that I really wanted and everything growing up. But you know, like, there's always gonna be like, you know, your classmates, your buddies who have like, wow, like you have this and this so it makes you like, oh man, this would be kind of nice. But like, I don't know, like if you weren't taught that growing up and like when you start to actually get money for yourself and everything, it's sort of overwhelming because you're just like, well, I want to be able to get this for myself, but like I came from a place where it's like, oh, like maybe you shouldn't spend money like that. So it's like kind of hard to treat. It's kind of hard to treat yourself.
I used to feel like that too because it's just like, damn, it's just like maybe like I don't know, like I shouldn't spend it on that because I didn't before. But now it's like for me, I think I changed a little bit. More like money. I feel like I'm more like, fuck it, I'm gonna just buy everything I never had.
Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah, but fuck it, we ball. But like low key, after I bought like when I started making like pretty good bank, like after like I bought like I remember I was just like, I'm finally gonna buy everything that I've ever wanted and ever needed. Cause I have a list of things. Like I always list down things I want and need. And then like if I don't want it anymore, I'll always look back, I'll delete it. And but then I always had like a set list of things like I always wanted, needed, like camera equipment, certain shoes, games, whatever. And then like I was like, okay, I'm gonna just buy all of it like in the span of like 3 months. And I bought everything. But now it's like, damn, that's it,
bro.
You know what I mean?
I feel like it's such a fleeting feeling sometimes. And like it just goes to kind of show it's like money can give you it can give you like when people say like it can't give you happiness, I think it can give you happiness, but I think the most thing that it does, it gives you the freedom.
It gives you freedom, like options. Yeah, you know what I mean?
But I feel like, I don't know, at the same time too, is like money's not everything though, man. Like
it's not,
especially when you come from a place that you didn't have money, but you experience actually like, like I'm making good money.
But here's the thing. Money isn't everything, but everything needs money.
Everything needs money.
You know
and the thing is, world circulates around it. So
exactly. And that's, it sucks that it's that way, but like in reality, like money's super important. Like if you have a lot of money, you can pay for good healthcare. Yeah. You know, you never have to worry about like your family getting sick because it's taken care of. Your family's fed. You know, you have a house like that, like, you know, that you just like can grow up in, you know what I mean? Creating your own environment, and then like money can give you your own opportunities. Like if I didn't have money, I couldn't buy cameras to like do what I want to do. You know what I mean? It gives you like opportunity, but it's not like, but it's like what you do with the, it's like what you do with the things you spend your money on. That's what matters. You know what I mean? Like if I bought all these cameras, but I did nothing with the gear, like then it goes to waste. Yeah. But if I put it into, if I like use these cameras for like fucking what I really want to do in life, then it was worth it. You know,
you got the value.
Exactly. I think that's the thing though. It's like people see money as just like as just a thing, you know what I mean? It's just a price tag, but like you have to look at some stuff with like value. Yeah. Like what is this worth? So you know what I mean?
Speaking of that as well too, like I feel like using the whole money part of it is like, you know, like the way you get your money too as well too. Like, you know, like everyone's like, no one's gonna deny like having easy money. Like easy money is nice, right?
Yeah, easy money.
But the thing is like, I don't know about you, but like, have you ever like had a time where like you grinded, like you just did something like, and like you finally got all that money, then you were able to get the thing you wanted because like, and you're like, man, like this feels so much better because I
exactly. It's the grind, yo. Yeah. A lot of the time, I think more so before than now. Yeah. Because I think before, when I was like in high school, I was working like 3 jobs in high school.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? I had like 2 part-time jobs. I was doing like other stuff on the side. And then like, I think like, I don't know what was like my first big, I think the bread ones.
Yeah.
I think those was my first, cause like that was like the first time I ever got into like sneakers too. Yeah. And the bread ones dropped that year. And I was just like, okay, like I'm going to get a job so I can buy these. So like I got a job, I grinded, I won the raffle, and then it worked out. And like, it's still to this day like my most worn shoe, and I like use it all the time.
Doesn't that feel great though?
It does feel great.
And at the same time too, is like, don't you look at it as like, man, like I remember like this.
I remember the grind.
It has a story now.
It has a story, and that's the thing I like about things. It's just like that's why. So I don't really like mindlessly buy stuff anymore because I've been more so like curating. Like I've been like selling a lot of shit, but like you know like that whole Marie Kondo shit, how she cleans like what. Does it make you happy? In reality, like that's facts. Like, like how do you feel when you see this item? And it's just like, damn, like I remember when I was grinding to work for these, or I remember like, I didn't sleep for like 3 nights just because I had to get this. And like, it feels more, you feel more attached to that stuff than like, than things that you just buy like, oh, like this is cool, I'll just buy it. You know what I mean? You know, and then you don't end up wearing those more than the things that you actually grinded for. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather wear a pair of Air Force Ones that like I worked hard for than just a pair of Off-White ones that I just like bought off the shelf. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sometimes the story and the meaning of things makes me buy stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's why I like for like artist merch. Everybody will always buy artist merch and like concert merch because they like the art behind it. It
reminds you like, hey man, I wanted that thing. I wanted that actual concert.
Yeah, I went to the concert. Like this is my souvenir, you know.
Or like when you go on a trip and you're like, yo, I bought this on this trip, and it's always gonna remind you. Like, exactly. Yeah, I ran on that trip. I always do.
Exactly. Like I always remember the CDG Converse. I bought them at like 80. Right? Everybody always bought them at 80, but like every time I look at them, that's like what I think about.
Yeah, it's a story.
You know what I mean? But like I think that's what I like. I think like I like things with like stories.
Like adding value to
adding value. Exactly. It's not like just a price tag anymore. Yeah, it's like a value thing.
I think I can relate that a lot too, because I feel like there's something that I was like, I'll just buy it. But like sometimes there's things I'll never wear again though. So it's like damn, like why am I doing this, right?
I think like people like mix up the price of something and like the value, because like sometimes things are worth more to you than it is to somebody else.
For real.
Like that's what resale culture is. Like resale culture is built upon the worth that we give the sneaker.
Isn't that crazy?
Exactly.
If you think about it, the resale like market as well too has blown up probably in the most. I would say like
5 years.
5 years. I would say 5 years probably crazy. Like I feel like for real, I feel the time it blew up the most was the boost effect, man. When
Boost
Adidas,
effect
when
for sure,
Adidas was like on top, like I actually just saw a post today,
dude,
of like saying like, yo, back in 2017, you saw like all these Jordans sitting on the wall, and like they were like it's so whack to wear because you're like, yo, you
general releases.
Yeah, you don't got the boost, yo.
Yeah.
But like I was like, if you look at those now, there's some of these shoes that are just going for crazy
Thousands,
resale,
bro.
thousands, bro.
But we put that price on
I know
it.
we made the price.
That's the craziest thing. I think that's the craziest thing. Resale culture wouldn't exist if we just didn't buy it at that price.
We didn't buy it. Exactly. Yo, dude, like I feel like at one point, and it's like I love sneakers and everything, but I got to a point where it's like, man, like it almost take away like the joy of it. I just makes it doesn't want to do it anymore. Like,
because you actually genuinely like the shoe, but you're not gonna pay that much
dude, it's like, why am I paying not even double the price, bro? Dude. Sometimes 3 times the price
for a general release.
Release, yo, the craziest one. Remember when Panda Dunks first came out? Yo, those are like you had to pay an arm and a leg to get them.
Crazy, man. And Panda Dunks are the new Air Force One, bro.
Yeah, they are the first.
Panda Dunks, I see everybody with Panda
honestly
Dunks,
though, I ain't judging though. Honestly,
they're fire.
They're easy wear.
It's easy
clean
wear.
silhouette.
Yeah.
It's like they pretty much go with everything. Do you? As much as everyone's like, yo, why are you wearing those and everything? It's like, yo, it's all
they're
good.
fire, man.
Yeah,
They're just like it's just a clean sneaker. It's like the new Air Force One. You know how Air Force One is just like it's just a go-to. That's what it is. It's like the go-to for anybody.
It's easy.
And it's like the entry level way to like sneakers. But I think the resale market really like went up too, like when sneaker culture didn't really become like a culture anymore.
It's not in a culture anymore.
Yeah, it's like it's just a thing now.
Yo, it's a thing. You like
it's just like, how people dress.
It's like, yo, for real. Because the thing is like, you know, like I think back in I could say like 2018 or so, like when you saw someone wear like yo off-white and something like yo, that's crazy. But then you see someone who's like, it's their identity now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's just normal.
But yeah, like I feel like streetwear is definitely like evolved into something where it's like it's not like a culture. Like it's definitely like just a thing people wear, thing people do. You know, like you see like teenage girls that weren't like that, like don't know fucking the history behind a bread wine.
They don't know
anything. But they just think it's cool. Yeah, it's just the hype.
It's cool.
And hype literally can make or break anything.
For
like
real.
Hype literally, if you put hype around streetwear, people are gonna buy it just because it's just like, oh, everyone's wearing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what it is. I feel like before, because like even back then, like when I was like buying shit for resale, like I've never bought anything for resale, by the way. But when I was like looking at stuff, like it wasn't crazy. Like when I remember my biggest regret.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say, bro.
So the off-white Jordan 1s. My biggest regret that I didn't buy. I remember I had like a fat check, bro. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then I looked at the resale $1,000-something off-white Jordan 1. I was like, I can't bring myself to do it, bro. Year 3, 2, not even like 5 years later, bro. Off-white Jordan 1 selling for like 20 bands.
20 bands, bro. Crazy. That's crazy.
And that was before Virgil passed. Yeah. So like after, I haven't even checked what it is.
Bro, I'm pretty
like,
sure that's like, it's up there.
It's probably like one of the most expensive sneakers next to the Red October.
Yeah.
Red Octobers are insane.
Don't get me.
But dude, even then, like back then, Red Octobers would only go up to like 9K. Now it's like 50.
It's insane. It's hard to get. You just almost impossible to get.
Unless you're like balling like that, or you get super lucky with a trade.
But even then, let's be honest though, if you like, who's buying these shoes for that price? Like, who's buying?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
who's valuing these things?
You see it on StockX, but who are people actually buying? Yeah,
who's
it
buying
last sale?
Let's be real. If you're buying it for that price, you're straight goofy.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Come on, man.
You
didn't want the shoes. Money, you didn't want that shoes that bad, bro. No. 30K, bro. You can buy like 5 you can buy like 5 Hondas with that, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You can buy like 30 pairs of like nice kicks, bro.
For real. You can buy someone's whole collection with that.
Oh man, Red Octobers. Though.
Yo, don't get me
But
started.
here's the thing, though. Like, I don't know if I would wear it.
Yo, honestly,
you know what I mean?
If I had a shoe like that. Like that hype for me is like I'm big about like if you buy sneakers, you wear it.
I wear
them.
Yeah.
But like I feel like with shoes like that, it's occasion.
Yeah,
it's like once in a while.
Yeah, like that's an occasion thing. It's not like a beater, bro.
But like if I'm being honest, if I had Red Octobers, I ain't wearing. I don't think maybe I'll wear them like once in my life, yo. But like that thing's gonna stay like in a
fucking glass case with
like,
a light on top.
You gotta make sure like the temperature and everything's right in there. That like I don't want those soles falling apart. Like,
for sure. Like I think that's like a wedding shoe, bro.
Yo, for real.
That's a shoe I'd wear at the wedding. But that's it. Yeah, that's it. I don't think I could wear them anywhere else. You bury that shit with me when I'm dead too. Damn. No one's getting that shit after I'm dead.
Yeah. Damn. No, I'm gonna be wearing those when that's crazy.
You ever think about like? I know it's gonna get dark, but you ever think about like, this could be my last outfit,
bro?
Yeah,
bro.
This could be my last fit for the rest of my life.
Yo.
That's why you always have to look fly when you leave the
house.
For
real. Yo, like one thing I think on that too is like. I don't know how you because we were talking about like the whole main character thing. Like, you know, like when you watch like shows and everything, there's like one outfit, yo. What's the one outfit that you would wear? Like if you have to like start like I don't know like this is gonna change over time, but if you have to think like top to bottom, yo, like
top to bottom,
what are you rocking?
Fuck, that's hard. Okay, let's simple it down first. What sneaker would you wear for the rest of your life?
Okay, Air Jordan 1.
Jordan 1? Which one?
Air Jordan 1.
Chicago?
I
know you say that. I knew you were going to say that. That's your shoe, though. Like, that's like I know you want those so bad. I want those
so bad.
But it's so iconic, especially when you see like the Miles Morales Spider-Verse. Like, that was his shoe, bro. Exactly. Like, I'm so lucky, bro. Okay, quick little side story. I almost sold my Spider-Man ones.
I told you. Good thing you did it, man.
I know. I almost sold them. Okay, here's the story. I almost sold them for $450 on StockX. They sent it back because they said they were used, and I've never worn them in my life. Fast forward to now, I checked the price. It's about like $1,500.
That's what I mean.
It's crazy,
bro. That's what I mean.
And I don't think I would sell them ever, though.
No, bro. Yeah. Like those, like exactly those shoes too. Like, because I know you. Yeah. They're like, it makes so much sense for you to keep them, yo.
You know what's crazy too? They're not even my size.
Oh my god,
they're too big. They're not too big. I bought them in a 13. I'm like a true to 12.
Yeah.
13. It fits still though.
Yo, but
with the Jordan 1,
the Jordan ones, you gotta go true to size pretty much almost for those.
And like sometimes they can fit kind of small. So like with an insole fits perfectly without a little room. Yeah. But like I'll still wear them. Like they're not like uncomfortable to wear. But even then, like that's like the closest I've had to Chicago.
Do not get rid of those. I'm telling you right now.
I know. But like for like my forever shoe, low key, man, I think the bread one, bro.
Honestly,
I think just because like I think after the experience of having them actually and like wearing them on a day to day, I could say like it's like my favorite shoe. I'll be like looking at my outfit like, yes, I get to wear my Jordan 1 today, my bread one today. You know what I mean?
I haven't worn mine in so long.
They're so fire.
I know. I don't know why. Dude. I feel like I don't. It was easy. It was toss up. Either the bread ones or Chicago's, but I chose the breads or the Chicago's because sometimes I need a little bit of that white.
That white,
I need a little,
bro.
It's that white. I need a little bit of that white. That's why.
I just dude, I don't know what it is about the 2016 pair that I have. Like it's the leather quality, bro. It's the leather. It's so comfy. Leather.
Everything before that. The leather was not that good. Yeah. It was sort of like the flat leather, and it's mine are the I forget which year they are. They're the ones right before the 60s. Yeah. They're okay, but like I still wish I had. But dude,
like the feeling, like it feels comfortable. Like usually Jordan 1s aren't that comfortable.
Yeah, for real.
But like the bread one, like that one is just it's like a sock, bro. Yeah. It's crazy. But I think that would be like my shoe.
All right.
But if I had to put in like an outfit, shit, man, like. If I'm thinking like main character, like outlandish, crazy, I would have like some kind of cyberpunk outfit with like a fucking like leather jacket. Yeah. Dude, I have this jacket in my favorites, bro. It's like a leather jacket, and it's a super strong looking jacket. I'll show you. I'll put it up on screen. But this is the type of jacket.
Honestly, that suits you too, bro. That suits you.
Because like that whole cyberpunk aesthetic again. Yeah. I think I would wear that with like some kind of like black pants and then like the bread ones.
I feel on that as well too.
I think that's the main character fit for me.
If I have to do two separate ones, I would have one that's like more of a regular everyday. It's like legit, like as corny as it sounds, I would just be like a pair of pants. Like what pants would I wear? Dickies. Either a pair of 501s, Dickies, or Carhartts.
Oh, yeah.
Probably I think I'd do cargos. And then honestly, I would do a hoodie.
So Chicago ones, cargos and a hoodie.
Cargo and hoodie.
And a fitted.
New York fitted, baby.
Yeah,
you gotta do the New York fitted.
Fitted trucker hat. Dude, the fitted trucker hat is so fire.
Damn, I should have wore it. Fire. Yo, honestly, that's another hat. I was like, I'm still wearing this. I'm gonna get this.
Yo, it looks so fire, man. I wish. But I think definitely if it was an everyday fit, I think that my Ami pair is denim jacket for sure. Denim jacket, red ones, and then like black pants and a white tee.
Bro,
I feel like that's just a go-to. You know what I mean?
If we're thinking like crazy, I would do like some sort of like, honestly, I would switch the shoes. I'd probably like some sort of like combat boot or something like that.
Oh, that would be crazy.
I would still probably wear cargos or so like utilitarian pants or something, and I'd probably have like a same sort of idea. I don't think I would do leather, but I'd do like some sort of like military jacket.
Oh yeah, something a little bit more like raw and rugged.
Yeah.
Like the tech, like a tech wear type.
Like a tech wear type of thing.
Like bro, like acronym type beat.
Exactly.
Acronym has like some of the craziest pieces that I've ever seen. They're just expensive, bro.
Sometimes
it's like $500 for a jacket, but they look fire, bro. I want to get into that, but I've been into like kind of like spending more money on like pieces that I really like.
I'm telling you, quality is always better than quantity. Because the thing is, like, I feel like, like, especially fashion nowadays, it's so fast, like it's sort of like you're just here for a season and everything. I don't know. I've lately been to very like just timeless pieces. Like it's like, can I see myself still wearing this 5 years from now?
Exactly. Just like a curated, like perfectly curated. You know what I mean? To like your own like taste. I think that's like
and there's nothing wrong. Like I feel like it's nice to do that. Then you just throw in a bunch of like extra things.
Like it's nice to try something. You know, like if there's a new trend, like I'll try flared pants. If you don't like it, you sell them. But like I don't think I would like buy like 10 pairs of those.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
That's the thing with fast fashion though. Like Shein and shit like that. I don't fuck with that shit because it's like man, if you really read into that, it's pretty sad.
It's sad, man.
It's pretty sad.
The actual production, like how they actually put all the stuff together and everything.
It's pretty nasty, bro. Okay, like you told me you have a Thanos theory for me.
Damn, bro.
You told me this like a while ago. I told you to save it for me. So let me hear it. All right.
So I don't know. This might ruffle some feathers.
Okay.
But like I don't know. Like
if white people shit. Might ruffle some feathers.
I might ruffle some feathers. But like this is a hot take, and I think it's gonna be a little unpopular to some people. But like sometimes I feel like that. If you think about it, Thanos himself, he could still somewhat be considered somewhat of an anti-hero, right?
Why is that?
You know what I mean? Okay. So this is a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't watched any of this stuff. But if you think,
motherfucker, you guys should be watching this shit by now.
This has been out for a while, so I don't even care. Yeah. But like technically, he's an Eternal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, his brother's Star Fox, essentially, right?
Yeah. Harry Styles.
So he is an Eternal in essence. So if you watch the Eternals and everything,
the Eternals are deviants.
They're deviants. Whatever. Same thing. So like here's the thing. What you're just sort of looking at is you look at them, the Celestials essentially. So the whole point of what happens essentially in the Eternals is they find out what these actual celestial beings are actually doing. Yeah. They're pretty much creating land, cultivating them and everything. Yeah. But like at some point they're gonna raise up another celestial.
Yeah, like the Earth is an egg, basically.
Yeah, it's an egg, and they're pretty much gonna just kill the whole population essentially on them. So if you really think about it, what happened over on Titan? So technically in Titan, it wasn't actually Celestial. They did it like from what I remember, it was conflict, like civil conflict and everything.
Like so they basically like had no resources.
Yeah, so they had pretty much everything as well too. But if you really think about it, like I think it was I forget the specific movie, but in Thanos was mentioning is like information or like it's if you know these. I forget the exact line he said, but like it was the
was it to Tony that he was saying it to?
Yeah, like
he was like you're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that one. For that one, if you think about it, like, and if you take a lot of those things and apply it to things now, if he knew that, and like if you really think about what he was trying to do, he was. I'm not supporting genocide. Genocide is obviously not the right answer to do it. But like in regards to like if you think of any anti-hero or any villain in their head, they're programmed to think like I'm in the right.
I'm right.
I'm doing this for a reason. So they're in the right. And like and to an extent, like what he was trying to do was he essentially like I need to save the universe because the thing is like
how he was doing
how he was doing it. But if you think about it, like if you know the knowledge that you know now, technically
he could have like saving people.
He could have been saving. He could have saved everything
from like a new celestial.
He could have essentially knew what was going on already.
Exactly.
Right. So like I don't know. I think this is the next step. Honestly, where they're gonna actually step up to what's gonna happen next with like Star Fox and everything as well too. So I don't know, man. This is just a theory. Is where I'm thinking everything. But like I think it's pretty cool to think about it that way.
I think that's like a viable reason because it's just like think about it. If Thanos if he cut the population, then a celestial would have never been like born, and they would have never had to have prevented that and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like he could have like saved like all of Earth. Like if Earth was bound to die anyway, he basically like saved it for a bit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I was also I don't know, man, but at the same time I was looking into it more.
I could see like that's the thing with Thanos that I really like. It's you don't see him as a complete villain.
He isn't, because the thing is like he's like he's a man on a mission. Yeah. And like everything he does is for a specific reason.
There's it's not like he's just being like fuck, I want to kill everybody.
Yeah, he's like he's not just doing it for like
towards the end of Endgame though, it was that like he's just like what I'm gonna do to your world. Enjoy. Maybe that's when he's a little bit more of like a villain, but like initially like his intention like it's not like
it's there's a way to get your point across sometimes, but not it's how you do it, you don't kill half the universe.
You know what I think Marvel should do? I feel like they've created such a big universe now that like they can make movies not even about superheroes. Imagine like with the whole blip thing, imagine what's the life like of a cop or like a kid going to school and then he's born again, and then he comes back after 5 years.
But that's what they're doing.
And his whole family.
One of the
like
series
5 years
they're doing. Okay, not specifically like regular people, but they're talking about what's happening. That time
exactly. Like they've mentioned it, but like I feel like they can make a whole series of just like regular people. Like what happened? Like what about a college kid that was about to graduate? What if he blipped for 5 years? Yeah. And does he have to do college all over again? Yeah. And now it's his struggle.
It's kind of like how they did like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a sense, but like if you do it in more of in a regular person life.
Yeah, it's like a regular person.
It's like, hey, this is how the actual blip affected my life and everything.
Exactly. Imagine like a rom-com just in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
Yo, for real. Like if you really think about it, like it's kind of a cliche and something like that. Well, too, is like you find out, they just disappeared.
What do? You
move on with your life, obviously, because you're just like, man, like, we don't know what happened.
You get a new girlfriend.
And they come back, or a whole family,
a whole family. And then you come back and like, what do you say?
What do you do?
Yeah,
what do you do? Like, you just drop, like, you just can't, like, exactly. Like, you just can't forget like all these years that just happened and everything. Yeah, like, obviously, those feelings are going to rush back, but it's like, but what are you gonna do?
It's like moved on. Died,
it's like if you think about it, it's almost like a multiverse essentially at that point as well too. It's like you deviated away from that life, but you came back. It's like
now it's like what are you gonna do? You're living 2 different lives. You know what I mean? Like, and it sucks. I feel like they should totally do that, like an anthology series.
I would watch that, bro.
Like just single episodes of just different people. I feel like that'd be cool. Like no superhero powers involved either.
Yeah, or like they're just using the premise behind it.
Yeah, exactly. Or like even funnier, like what happens if they're just like, if you're poor and like your house gets destroyed by like the Hulk, you know what I mean? Like, do they have insurance for that shit?
I always think about that all the time,
yo. What if the Hulk just grabbed your fucking car and just chucked it?
Yo, they straight up just fucked everything up, bro.
What do you do, bro? Like, do you get a free car? Like, or are you fucked for the rest of your life? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, like, yo, who's paying all these insurance claims, yo?
I feel like they could definitely like stray away from like all like the superhero stuff and like have something on the side that's more down to earth. I feel like that would make Marvel a little bit more like relatable, you know, and down to it'll feel nicer.
They could totally do that just because of the fact that they're Disney still too.
Yeah, they have money, bro.
Yeah, they
have all the money in the world.
Dude, I like
a monopoly.
I actually like that idea of like making like
yo, Disney, if you use that idea, give me a cut, bro.
Yo, you already know.
Speaking of superheroes and stuff, if you had superpowers, would you tell anyone?
You know, I've watched enough superhero stuff that I wouldn't.
Really? You wouldn't tell anyone?
Nah, dude. Because if you think about
I guess so.
It always goes to the It goes back to you put people at risk.
Okay, think about this though. Would you use your powers like for good at all?
Hell yeah.
You think you would?
Hell yeah. I watched enough of that shit that I'm gonna be main character, baby.
like imagine there has to be like people out in the world.
100%. There's something going on.
One person at least. Like they're probably just not using it. They're not doing anything. Maybe they're just living day-to-day life with their powers. And I feel like low-key, I would totally do that. Dude, I don't know if I could hold that responsibility.
Yo, man, you know what they both.
Yeah, I know.
You know what Uncle Ben said, and at me.
With the great power comes great responsibility. I feel that. It's just like, damn, it's just like I was blessed with these powers. Like, why am I not using it to an extent? I get that, but it's just like, damn, like imagine like you have the powers of Spider-Man. Imagine that. And you could just go to work like quick, bro.
But look at it this way as well too, though. It's like if you know that you have capabilities of doing something that no one else can do, like, it goes back to the whole responsibility thing. Yeah. But it's like, don't you feel it's kind of a waste? It's like, why am I gonna live my life like
just day to day?
Like if I don't have powers?
Exactly.
Right? I feel hell yeah, I'm gonna use this stuff. It's like obviously it's like there's a give and take type of thing. Where it's like, yeah, you can do all these things, you have all these powers, but like obviously like I feel like in most cases like you can't really have a regular life.
You can't because like you're just like, damn, like I'm different. Like why would I live the same life as other people now?
Exactly.
I feel that. Yeah. You know what I would do? I would like become like a vlogger.
Yo,
like if let's say if you were like Spider-Man,
bro.
See, that's what I think. You know how like how Spider-Man like does the Daily Bugle and
he
stuff?
takes pictures of himself.
And he takes pictures of himself. What if he like made daily vlogs, bro? Or like TikToks, bro. Like just like slaying around.
Imagine, that'd be sick.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be sick.
Hey, yo, who the fuck is this? Yeah. No, but like actually though, like what if you're like Spider-Man, like about to like solve this crime, on IG Live. You just web up your phone on like a building and they're just watching you. Easy views, easy money. That's why I don't get how Peter Parker's broke. He could make money off that shit.
Are you saying you're Spider-Man, yo?
I'm not saying anything. Hey, yo, but low key, do you think the government would know if you had powers?
Honestly, man, they would definitely know. I have a feeling they fucking will find out no matter what, yo. Like if it's something they need to know, they know.
That's the risk though. Like you're risking your safety now because it's just like if you make these powers public, you're gonna be a target,
bro. That's what I mean. For the world. That's why I wouldn't tell people,
because that's like the rarest thing in the world.
Yo, but the other thing too is like this happens in every single one of them.
No, but it's like,
aren't you scared if you get it, they're gonna dissect you or some shit?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it's not even about telling people, because you said you're gonna use it for good. So obviously you're already in the public. Yeah. So they're gonna know either way. Like, they just don't know who you are, but they're gonna try to figure it out. Yo. Like, let's say, bro, already super easy. Like, let's say you're slanging in New York City. They already know. They can already like cut down like their options to just New York. Yeah. What are the most populated areas that you've been in? This city, blah blah. Then they're gonna like try to like dissect who it is. They'll be able to find you just like that. It's crazy. Like, you ever like watch those like scamming videos of like, I scammed the scammer that tried to scam me. Like the telemarketer guys.
They send the boxes and everything.
Or like, no, they'll like try to like give you like gift cards, so you give them money. They're like, don't redeem the code. And then they're like, do not redeem it. And then you redeem. It's like, oh shit, like I accidentally did it. And like they're like scamming them, bro. And then like, yo, I actually know who you are. And then they like post the picture of like the scammer's face like on their screen,
and they show like the webcam and everything. It's like, I know what you're wearing, I know what your name,
I know where you are. See, that's crazy. The fact that an at-home scammer can do that. Imagine like the CIA, the government.
Bro, honestly,
like, they're figure out everything.
No, bro. If you think about this too, like, you know, some people are like, oh, I don't want people knowing like my life and everything. Like, bro, you're tracked as soon as you're born, bro. Exactly, you have everyone has a SIN number.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they know exactly who you are. They know what you're doing. Your taxes every year, bro. They know exactly.
They know what you're spending your money on.
The only way you think is you got to live remote, and you got to be living in a place that's not even on the map, bro.
I know, that's like the hardest thing though, because it's just like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly.
But like, do you think you could do that? Like, let's say like you're on the hunt. You know what I mean? Let's say they're hunting you down because like you have like superpowers.
Bro, is it weird that I've thought about this?
No, I think about this all the time.
I thought about this before.
Like, think about it. Like, let's set the tone. You have superpowers. You use them for good. People start catching on YouTube. Millions of views. They're trying to figure out who you are. But now the government wants you to fight for the military, but you don't want to. But now you're on the hunt. Where do you go?
Bro, first off, you got to do a couple things. You got to do a little things first. You can't have any electronic devices, because that's all registered to exactly where you are. GPS, bro, they know exactly where. If you have your phone on you, bro.
If you have your phone, it's GG.
Yeah, you're GG. Your car?
No,
can't do that either. Your bank accounts, nothing. Can't use any of that. Money, cash only. And but at the same time, too, cash, you can't even track where it was taken out from, because they'll be able to identify. Hey, that's where you are. We can calculate. Hey, this is where you were at this time with this. Hey, we're gonna figure out where you are in this little.
Or it's just like, oh, you withdrew $10,000 in cash. Why'd you do
that? Where are you going? What are you trying to hide?
Exactly,
bro. So like, if I was ever to do something like that, it's a long time coming thing. You got to set it up over time, and you got to do it very inconspicuous. You have to it's just so weird how I think about this, but like on your day to day, you have to like sort of like fit in the little things that make a difference for later down. But it's not something you can just do like overnight.
Yeah, it's definitely it's like a plan.
Yeah, like you're planning this like over a long time.
Oh, man, that's so hard. I think the greatest superpower in the world right now is the ability to disappear, bro. I think it's crazy how people can just go off the grid, off the map, bro. Like, they just don't exist.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Like, how like there's real spies in like the world, obviously. Yeah, right?
Dude, 100%. Yeah. We have no idea. There's stuff probably going on. Dude, like you know, like Spy Family.
Yeah, Spy Family, bro.
Yo, like,
do you pronounce it Spy Family, or I say Spy X Family?
Spy X Family. Yo, honestly, man,
same shit.
Same shit.
But like, but you never know. Like, what if somebody's inserting themselves into your life, but they're a spy?
Exactly.
To track.
You have no idea. Sometimes you have no idea,
because they're professionals. Bro.
And the thing is, like, people are like, yo, like human psychology and everything. How you talk to people, like.
You can manipulate
anyone. You can talk to them. You can sort of like, and this is sort of like, because I've came from a sales background, obviously, with everything, right? Like, you can sort of manipulate people just by talking to them.
Exactly.
And just use this simple question.
The way you say it, bro.
Yeah, like how you respond to them and everything.
You manipulate them into saying the answer. Like, you don't ask them a direct question. You ask them a question. You know what? Like, this is really bad, but like, the best way to manipulate someone is to have them correct you instead of you asking the question. So instead of, like, example, it'd be like, you don't ask when's your birthday. You know what I mean? You'll be like, is your birthday like August 3rd? They'll be, no, it's August 10th. Because you'll always get the answer.
Exactly.
Because humans love to correct people more than they like to just tell them the truth.
And another thing too is humans like to be in control. Yo.
Exactly.
The thing is, like, the person like who's actually in control is the one who's asking the question.
Exactly. So you have to make the other person feel like they're in control, but in reality, you're the one controlling them. Yeah. And that's crazy, because that goes back to like the government, because like, oh, they're always the ones asking the questions. Like, what do you guys want in your world? Like, what do you guys need? And we're always saying like, oh, we need this. We want to fight for our freedom. But really, there's no freedom to be fought for, because like they already have it in their hands.
At the end of the day, legit, it goes back. It's full circle for whatever we talked about earlier, man. Is like if we wanted something to get done, if they could do it, they would have done it.
Exactly. I feel like, man, there's just, you know what I think too? I feel like some conspiracy theories are put out there to be super outlandish. Yep. So we think it's not real.
No, I agree. But it's actually true. 100%, dude. 100%.
They probably put all this shit in the media. So we think like, oh, that's
movies,
so
bro.
Crazy. Yeah.
Everything comes from some
programming
sort of
us, bro. Yeah. Like there's a show on Netflix. I love this show. It's called Inside Job. It's like a Rick and Morty type beat show. Okay. And it's literally called Inside Job because it's all about every conspiracy that ever happened. Yeah. So like the whole like fake Ronald Reagan's like a cyborg, or the reptilian people. They do like they just cover every like conspiracy theory, what the Illuminati is, flat earthers. Yeah. They put that all on the show and they just like make it into a story. It's super fucking dope show. I recommend it highly. But like imagine they made that show because it's just like, oh, it's supposed to be like a joke. It's not real.
Yo, but the thing is that they're all based off of something. Exactly. It's all based off something.
Something. Like that's why I say like whenever it comes to like stories about like gods and shit like that, it comes from somewhere.
It comes from somewhere, man. Yeah, 100%.
Like even if it's like misconstrued like information, like imagine there's just like, oh, there was like a behemoth that was so crazy in the ocean and it had like tentacles, blah blah blah, and people think, oh, that's the Kraken, but in reality it's just like some big octopus, you know. But who knows?
But there's truth behind it.
Exactly, there's truth behind stuff.
If you really think about it as well too, like all the stuff that we actually know,
it comes from something.
It comes from something. But a lot of the stuff is also like, it's stuff that just, if you think about it, and this is just going like super deep into the deep end of thinking these things, is like, we only know what we're being like, actually like being shared.
Exactly.
Like do we like, and like, for example, is like, we look at something like this. We look at this. This is water, and we're like, well, why do we think it's water?
Because
we're told it's water.
Yeah, it's water.
Yeah, obviously it's water, right? Yeah. But like that's just an example.
But who knows? Like, what if there's chemicals in the water
that
like hides like a certain like that like halt a certain part of our brain that we can't see certain things in the world? You know what I mean?
Because if enough people believe in something, it becomes their truth.
That's
essentially
literally what religion is.
Exactly.
It's like enough people believe that it is what it is, and that becomes their truth.
All you need is someone to like, or it's not even someone. You need people to essentially just keep it going, to keep the belief going. And that's exactly what religion is essentially over time, right?
Yeah. But damn, like think about it. Like they like, oh, you die if you don't have water for 3 days. Who says that though?
Yeah, for real.
How do you know for sure? But no one's gonna try it because no one's trying to die. You know what I mean? Like, what if the reason like we have to have water every 3 days because like the chemical wears off after 3 days? One
of the craziest ones. I'm pretty sure you remember this. Remember growing up, your mom said, "Yo, you got to drink milk." All the time.
Yeah, to like grow.
You gotta drink milk. Yo, look at it now. No one drinks milk anymore, bro. No one drinks milk. It's all plant based milks
like,
now.
Why is that though? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who told these people?
Yeah, yo, there's like, yo, we have to like, yo, this is good for you and everything. Like, you gotta drink a lot of milk, bro. I don't know anyone who drinks straight up milk by itself, yo.
I only cereal, bro.
Yeah.
And even then, like, I'm like, I'll try to like go for like the oat milk type.
That's what I mean.
That's just so much better.
Yeah.
Okay. Last thing, I feel like this goes back to like the whole like the government's like giving us conspiracies in order to like, you know, like just to be like, oh, that's outlandish. Okay, I always thought this. You know how like The Simpsons is like, they always say like, oh, The Simpsons predicted this.
Yeah.
What if they created the whole, like some time traveler came from the future. They created the whole Simpsons show in order to show us what's happening, what's going to happen, like future events, but without actually like telling us directly. Like, what if they're showing us, this is your future, this TV show is your future, you guys have to change it, but I can't tell you directly, otherwise they're gonna be on to me.
Yeah, because it goes back to the whole like, if you mess with the past and you're from the future thing, it could just completely change
exactly
in, like,
exactly
too, right?
So like he's showing us like indirectly through The Simpsons.
Yeah,
like,
is that just scary? Isn't that scary?
Like, I'm programming you guys to be like, don't do this, don't follow this.
And then that makes sense because it goes back to like what we were saying about is like, you know, like it's not in a serious way.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like more like it's very light because like if you tell us like shit directly, like people panic.
Yeah.
That's why I always thought like the whole COVID thing was just like a level 1 to what's to come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, if you think about it,
yo,
that was like the thing that like 2020, yo. Like I legit like I thought 2020 was gonna be like everything past was gonna be completely different, bro. But look where it went. Like
it's kind of
like you can say still things have gotten a little bit better, but if you think about it, has it really?
I think
has it really?
You know what I think it is? I think like it was a way for everything to still be normal, but our minds are different.
Yeah.
Like the way we think now,
I feel that.
We're more desensitized. Like, let's say, like the monkeypox thing.
Yeah.
People are just like, it's just another COVID.
Yeah.
Now no one's really panicking over that shit. Or like really bad shit. Like, this is really bad, but like the war on Ukraine, you know what I mean?
Bro, for real.
Like that's terrible. Like, bro, like imagine like almost being through another world war. Like, but like people are like making it lighthearted. So now they're like warming us up for like what's next.
Do you feel like they almost like fabricate a lot of this stuff though too? It's like,
for sure.
For like especially like the States and everything. Is like, dude, this is one of the craziest ones that I think about all the time too. Is like the shootings that happen, dude, with all the guns. I feel like we're getting straight distracted with everything, man.
Like it like desensitizes you, like and I hate how they feel like that because it's just like you read that and it's just like you should feel
these
something.
Are kids, man.
Yeah, you should feel something.
You should feel something.
But now it's just like, it's just another.
The fact that we have to say, another shooting,
one. Like,
that's
why
crazy.
another? Yeah, like before, like when it was the first one, like that was crazy. Like everybody was talking about it for weeks. But now it's just like such a common thing. It's like, why though? Is like so common. But that's the thing. Like I feel like there's gonna be something like coming like within the next year, you know what I mean? Next couple of years.
I feel like it's just so easy for them now to honestly distract us from like a bunch of stuff. Like there could be something really big going on,
and we just wouldn't know.
Like that war, for example. Yeah. And like that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
But they'll like do things where like, for example, like even like rich celebrities, bro, like Kardashian, bro,
Chris Rock, Will Smith shit, bro.
Exactly.
Like what if they just use that to like deviate our attention away from like whatever's happening,
bro? All this Kardashian and Kanye stuff too, bro. Like
the Pete Davidson shit.
Yeah,
if you think about,
I think that was one of the things. Going back on that to backtrack some of that stuff, I feel like some of the reasons why they did some of that shit because of the whole thing that happened with Travis
Scott, bro. That's
bro. I felt like I was like, yo, this seems like something they're just doing to just take the heat off Travis
because now he's like, it's like chill. Like people are like,
bro, he's headlining now.
He's headlining like fucking like Day in Vegas and shit like that. He's coming out with an album soon. You know, he was literally the biggest artist in the world at the time. McDonald's brand deal, his own drink, everything, PS5, PlayStation,
insane,
everything. He was like Dior, bro.
Yeah, big deal,
crazy.
Yo.
He's
RIP
like,
to that Dior thing. That shit was fire too.
But yeah, he was like the biggest thing to like be out in a while. But like, but like shit happens, you know what I mean? And like, sometimes it's not completely his fault. Sometimes it is, you know what I mean? But like, it's hard to say. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Like I don't put the blame on Travis. I don't put the blame on anyone. Just shitty. It's just
the fact that it happened is just super unfortunate.
But like, look at him now. Like now, no one's really paying attention. People are starting to forget.
Isn't that crazy? Like how easily they can sort of like
people forget.
They can dude, like cancel culture, bro. Cancel culture was so quick. 2020, yo, people were getting canceled all the time,
bro. Like I remember like. Because no one had anything better to do. No one had anything better to do but to like talk. So like I feel like this was the time like people were starting to like talk their piece, you know. Especially that was like the time with like the protest things was happening, Me Too shit. Like people had like the time to
people had to I got time today. I got time today.
Like I got time to talk about all this shit like now that we need to be talking about, which is good. Yeah, which is good in a way.
I felt like there's a lot. As much as there was a lot of bad, I felt like there was a lot of good.
I think a lot of good definitely came out of it because like I feel like definitely everyone's more aware.
I think people got a lot more woke. I felt like I got a little more woke with all that stuff
for sure. Even me, like I definitely feel like I'm more like attentive now and like intentional with what I say and stuff like that. Like even like this recently, like the Pride Month, like going on right now, I'm more like, oh, like this is all happening. You know, like there's parades and shit. That's cool. You know what I mean? For real. It's not like I was like fucking homophobic or anything before. It's just like it wasn't like, you know, I just wasn't around it. It wasn't
on your radar.
Exactly. It wasn't on my radar. Like I didn't really think about it. But now it's like, now there's bringing attention. I think it's like, oh, this shit's dope. You know what I mean? Like,
I felt like it's like after everything that happened, like I felt people are a lot more comfortable in their skin about who they are and everything. Because like a lot of those movements were like, like for example, like Pride Month and everything. For a lot of people, they're like, like I'm proud to be who I am and everything. Too. BLM, okay, not the Black Lives Matter, not the actual things. It's different and everything. But like people are like, like I'm proud to be who I am and everything from it. It's like, But
that's like what we were saying at the beginning. Like social media brought a platform where people can like find people like them. You know, like, oh, you like anime, I like anime. Oh, you're gay, I'm gay too.
Bro, you know what I mean? This is crazy. Yo, this whole conversation just went full circle, bro. That's sick.
Full circle moment. But yeah, man, like I think we gotta wrap it up.
Yo, it's all good. It's all good. Yo, honestly,
coming, Harley.
If you don't wrap it up right now, bro, we're just gonna keep going.
We can always keep going. Like, thank you guys for watching the podcast. Thank you, Harley, for coming. I hope you enjoyed being on the podcast.
Yo, man, anytime.
But yeah, let me know if you guys want Harley back. Obviously, we want Harley back. Come on. Anything you want to plug?
Honestly, man, not really. Not right now. Maybe in the works.
Maybe you got something in the works.
I don't know. Keep on the lookout. Keep on the lookout.
We'll keep it on the low, but keep it on the lookout. He's got some stuff cooking up. But thank you guys for watching again. See you guys on the next episode. Peace.